Okay guys, so welcome to the Claude scrape builder. So we're going to build our own Instagram lead scraper. So this is super easy because I've basically done all the work for you. So let's get started. So this is what we're going to be doing. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to by the end of this video, you'll create a working lead scraper that finds real qualified leads in your niche. I'll also show you how to customize filters, so like the follower range, engagement locations, and also the scheduled warm-up routine on your scraper so it doesn't get flagged, because Claude Code will be using your Instagram. So I highly recommend for you guys to create a botted account so that way you guys can go ahead and start warming up this account and start searching for leads, because Instagram does not allow bots, and I highly recommend for you not to use your personal but a botted account. So I'll show you how to do that as well, and then we're gonna run a summary and error log so that you can see what worked and what failed. And then by the end, we'll put all of our leads onto a Google Sheet. And then we're also going to have an on-follow automation as well, so that way you guys can follow accounts and unfollow them, but this is optional. So this is very important, but this is not about perfection. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how you guys can create Claude Code. It's super simple. So Claude Code is simple, and then we're going to be using how to use this guide as well. So you guys can have this in the description of this video in my group. Now the goal, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you how this matters and how to prompt Claude Code, because Claude Code relies on prompts, and I'll show you how to do this. So we're going to work in one folder, we're going to open Claude, and then we're going to CD into that folder, because we're going to run everything on one folder that you guys can create on inside your computer. And then we're going to read Claude processes before, and if this step's in error, and then do not try to fix automatically. So commit to Git after every working module. So module 2 sets this up. So let me show you exactly what I mean. As you can see, this is the IG lead scraper prompts. So our first prompt is going to be transcribe, and then we're going to create a project skeleton, requirements, MD, and then we're going to put this into our GitHub. The GitHub is just saving the code so that way you guys can just change computers and then pull this code from wherever you want. We're also going to have a browser session plus login, and then I'm going to show you how we can run a warm-up module. So these prompts are all provided into your description, and so let me just show you exactly what this does. All right, so let's go ahead and let's continue. Let's go ahead, and in the search bar you're going to type in Claude Code, Claude Mac download. Now I recommend clicking the first one that pops up, which is going to be download Claude.mg. Boom, it's already downloading, which is perfect. All right, next you want to create a folder. All right, so let's do this. So we're going to go ahead and search for folders, and then in the terminal you're going to paste in you're just going to type in Claude. Perfect. And so I trust this folder, and boom, we have Claude installed. All right, so now before you run any Claude prompt, you're going to need an implementation plan. So let me show you. To create an implementation plan, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead, we're going to navigate to Gemini, GitHub, ChatGPT, does not matter. All right, here inside Gemini, we're going to write, we're going to create an implementation plan, read the transcription, and produce requirements MD with this section. Okay, and fill me this in for local restaurants. Yeah, just like that. Ready? And then we're going to click enter, just like that, for local roofing jobs. Okay, you're going to click enter just like that. And now while it's loading, this implementation plan is what you're going to be using to put inside your Claude Code. So, all right, so we're going to copy this whole prompt. So let me show you how it works. You're going to copy it. You're going to go inside your Claude Code, which is open on your folder, by the way. You're going to paste this in. And now we're going to include our implementation plan, all right? So all Claude Code is doing right now is just creating an implementation plan. This plan will be used to go ahead and create us a detailed plan out, so that way we can go over this plan. All right, so here's the implementation plan. As you can see, we have this implementation plan. I know it looks messy, but we have the account filters, so the filters by numbers, personal account, resident account, small corporate. We get to pick. We're going to tell Claude Code to pick it for us. We have the locations, we have the bio keywords, we have also B2B commercials like property managers, real estate agents, realtors, customer home builders, property investors, HOA board members, landlords. That's only business to business, but local identities such as local resident living in city, state that we'll mention later. So we have bio keywords like red flags, what to avoid. Exclude roofer, roofing contractor, roofing specialist, roof repair, shingle, slate, metal roof. Irrelevant, crypto, forex, day trader, OnlyFans, DM to collaborate, e-commerce, drop shipping, global. Hashtags to search locations such as city roofing. We also have gaps, missing criteria just in case, and we have default. Okay, cool. Now that we've done this, and here's our little requirements folder that was created inside our folder that we set aside. We're gonna go back into our Claude Code. Let's copy the second prompt, all right? So the second prompt is gonna be read the skeleton from requirements.md, create Claude MD, rules never push without diff and never destruct. Tell me which gap defaults you used. Show me config p.y. Let's go ahead and let's paste this in. Read requirements MD. Okay, that's exactly what our folder is called. Now that it's loading, okay, it's reading our file. And then init git first commit init initial scaffold create.venv activate install playwright python dev. All right, let's do this as well because we're gonna need access to our git anyway. So and then also we have a browser session login. So create a browser client, and then using this playwright, it's gonna access the website, and then the website is gonna go ahead and go over to Instagram. By the way, you're gonna need to fill out your Instagram username and Instagram password. And then basically from this prompt, Claude is gonna access playwright that we've installed from here. And then in playwright, it's gonna be using things to so if you don't know what playwright is, it's a tool that's used that AI uses to search and scroll your website browser, and it's going to need to do this because it needs access to our Instagram. So okay, it's creating us an Instagram account based on this. Okay, now Claude Code is basically doing everything for us. Okay, now we're going to install git and then commit initial scaffold, create and venv, and let's do everything. And if it needs your credentials, it's gonna respond to you, and it's gonna tell you exactly what you guys need to fill out inside your terminal, so that way you guys can get straight to work using Claude Code. All right, that Claude Code is very consuming a lot of credits, so you might need to pay a $20 subscription, or if you don't have that money, just pay $5 for extra credits. But keep in mind, it eats up a lot of credits. So Claude Code, guys, remember, only use it for implementation plans and coding, and just like fixing code, like fixing bugs, codes. But other than that, you want to use anti-gravity and cursor for other things, but for such as creating websites. So okay, perfect. We have playwright installing right over here. We also have git installing into our system as well, which is perfect because Claude Code will be posting our things into GitHub, so that way we don't lose access. And then all credentials live in the .n folder. And what's cool is that the .m folder is situated in the git ignore. Okay, it's loading. Playwright, it has been downloaded. 2 things to flag. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna tell the browser to create us a browser session. All right, so but first you're gonna need to log into Instagram. So log into your Instagram account. So now you're gonna go ahead and type in your Instagram. Okay, as you can see, here's the Instagram. Okay, we're gonna type in our user, and then we're gonna type in our login. And once you guys go ahead and do that, it's gonna access your Claude Code, and we're gonna go ahead and move on from there. Okay, and then we're gonna run in the warm-up prompt. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna scroll for like 5 to 2 minutes. It's gonna like 1 to 3 posts. It's gonna watch 3 to 8 reels. Then it's gonna scroll for 1 to 3 minutes, and then it's gonna view around 4 stories, and then it's gonna rest. So every day it's gonna warm up your account just like this. All right. So when you paste this in, it's gonna create like startup warm up tasks, and then only create the scripts, and then do not run it, and then only add it to the scheduled tasks. So with this, it's gonna go ahead, it's gonna start running your Instagram account, and then what's cool is that once your account was warmed up, it's gonna go ahead and start scraping leads off of your Instagram. It's gonna find the perfect leads that match our criteria. It's gonna scrape them and then put them straight into Google Sheets module. And then from Google Sheets module, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna start outreaching to these accounts. It's that easy. So Claude basically is gonna do outreach for you. And then from there on, you're gonna verify these accounts and you're gonna start outreaching them. It's that simple. And a single Instagram account will scrape you around 300 to 500 leads every single day. It's that awesome. And what's cool is that Claude Code will run this for you automatically behind your computer, only if you allow it. And then while it's scraping 300 to 500 accounts for you from Instagram, you could just be busy working on your other stuff. So this is going to save you so much time scraping leads. This is the future of AI automation. Claude is basically doing everything for you. You don't have to do nothing anymore. N is outdated. As you can see, this is how our AI is basically scrolling and watching reels. This is slop, AI slop. I know it's slop, but anyway, your account is being warmed up. I know it's slop, but your account is being warmed up as we speak. So that's cool. That's a cool thing about it. And it could take, and not only that, it's also going to be liking and sharing the posts as well. So this is like on autopilot automatically, which is awesome. So just wait till everything loads, and then next it's going to do the exact same thing for other reels as well. At the end of the session, it tells you how long the session was ran for and exactly how long each reel the Claude Code watched. So what's cool is that Claude Code is basically running your entire account automatically. And so make sure you guys run this on your botted account. If possible, run it on the proxy server so that if you do get banned, and you might avoid other bans. So to avoid bans, just move it to a proxy server VPN. You can ask Claude to do it for you. Anyway, it's gonna change the proxy so that way when your accounts get banned, Instagram will not IP ban. So next we're gonna do the discovery module. So this discovery is gonna create functions such as discovery hashtags. So this is what we're gonna paste into our Claude terminal in order to start searching for leads. And so with this discovery module prompt, it's gonna start scouring leads all over Instagram. And as you can see, as soon as you paste it into your Claude Code, it's gonna wait and it's gonna run. And then from there on, it's gonna go ahead and start searching for your leads. So all you have to do is just give it a few minutes. And what's cool is that you guys can be working on something else completely different, such as your other work. And Claude Code is just going to be scraping you leads and pulling them all the way to your Google Sheets. Here's the AI scraping leads for you. As you can see, it's searching up restaurants right now. So we have restaurants here and then we also have restaurants here in the specific locations that we've provided. So Latin American restaurant, and then we have authentic Lebanese cuisine. And now you're pulling up all these businesses right over here, which is awesome, guys. So it's saving you so much time. You're going straight to the point. So with these businesses, guys, we're going to go ahead, put them all over a Google Sheet, and we're going to start outreaching. So Claude helps flag helpful warnings. The cool thing is that you guys can use multiple accounts. And what's cool is that you guys can actually scrape around 3,000 leads and put them all in a Google Sheets. Can you imagine? So 10 different accounts scraping thousands upon thousands of leads. Now that's a lot of leads, all right? So now they're all on Google Sheets. Also, Claude helps you flag warnings as you go, by the way. Now the metric module creates stats per each and every account. So every single 3,000 of these accounts, every 10 accounts that you have or 20. So Sonnet 0.46 helps really well because it tracks everything. So the rhythm is copy, paste, and then see what happens. So what's cool is that it creates a config that Claude uses to go ahead and assess. So then Claude generates the whole report, which then we will use to put it into Claude MD file, which then that Claude uses as a file to solve debugs that happen later on. So now the filter module, it makes sure that it assesses the people that are in your niche. All right, so the decision makers. All right, we're reaching out to decision makers, not the low rank. So the options is endless, and you can define what your lead want. So this engineer checklist mindset will help you guys to just go over the checklist and become better at thinking. Now, if an account gets a manual score of 64 or below, it goes to a manual review. So you guys review it before you proceed with any action on it. Orchestrator glues all these pieces together, the pieces that you guys, the checklists, and all of the accounts, such as bad reviews or good reviews. All right, so with the orchestrator, you guys can decide whether you guys are gonna skip locations or it glues everything. Remember, guys, with a new warmed Instagram account, you will guys want to scrape around 100 profiles because it's new and it's warmed. All right, it's not seasoned. Once it's seasoned, that's when you scrape thousands. Right now, we're scraping 100, and now only run 50. For the bugging report that happens on the daily, only run 50 bug reports. All right, so this bugging report will make sure that it has the whole summary with it. It has all the people in it, and then the bug report is going to run 50 times a day out of your 100 leads to ensure that everything's running smoothly. All right, so that's how we track bugging stuff. Now the final is going to run error tracking, all right? So now the final is going to be export CSV file, all right? And now the final one is we're going to track it into our CSV just like that. So now all the files are going into our CSV on our Google Sheets. Of all these profiles are going to go into our Google Sheets. So that way we track thousands and thousands of people. And that way we're going to ensure that we get the best ones, the best people that are in our niche, so that we can go ahead and start doing outreach to them. And it's that. So the more searches you have, the more results you get. So yesterday you got 12 hot leads, and then you run the logs, and then give 3 ranked hypno. Those are just prompts, all right? Okay, so Google Cloud setup. So let me just walk you through how we're going to set up this Google. We're going to make sure that leads are straight into our Google Cloud, straight into our Google Sheets. For this, you need Google Cloud. So look, this is what we're going to do. In here, you're going to create a project. Okay, great. Now you're going to select your project. Make sure it's selected. Okay, now in here, you're going to go ahead and grab the prompt for, okay, so now the next step, just follow the steps here. It's found in the YouTube description of my video, by the way. So in here, just go on over here, just follow what I do. You're going to type in Google Sheets API. You're going to select the first thing. And now in here, you're going to select the enable button. Now, once you have enabled it, you want to go back and follow the steps. So next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to search up the admin service accounts, and you're going to create a service account. All right. So in the admin section, you're going to create a service account. So ready? So in here, in the service account, click create. You're going to type in your name. All right. So and then you're going to name it, and then you're going to continue without adding anything else. All right, just create it. Okay, next you're gonna grab the token. All right, so you're gonna click it and you're gonna create a new key. All right, make sure it's JSON. Now it's downloaded. Make sure that it's downloaded into your folder. All right, and then you're gonna let AI basically connect it to you. All right, so it's gonna use this JSON key. It's gonna connect it to your. It's gonna connect it to your AI folder, and then from here we're gonna connect it to our main profile. All right, so make sure you have a Google Sheet created as well, because you need it. All right, so next we're gonna API key folder. All right, so and then you're gonna place it into your folder. All right, next you're gonna open the JSON file and copy the email value. It looks like IG scraper bot your project 123 IM serviceaccount.com. All right, so here's the sheets. You're gonna name it this. All right, so this is how it's gonna look like. So all the results are gonna go to your Google Sheet. Okay, perfect. So now you're gonna name it like this. So all the emails are going to go into this section right over here. So this is how it's going to look, all right? We're going to take a screenshot just like that, and we're going to run it into our Google Sheet. All right, so it's going to follow the steps, and make sure you're going to write out this exact prompt. All right, so based on the screenshot that you're going to provide here, it's going to follow the screenshot with this prompt, and this is the location of your folder. All right, so now it's going to think based on the screenshots. It's going to follow the steps each on the screenshot, and then once you're done, follow this prompt and create the tables in our Google Sheets. So it's going to go ahead, follow this prompt that I have over here, paste it in, and it's going to read this prompt. It's going to go on Google Sheets, and it's going to create the Google Sheet rows, and it's going to link your Google Sheets straight to your folder. All right, straight to your folder that you've created for your lead scrape Instagram automation. Okay, it's that simple. All right, so now it's connected to tools. All right, so keep it simple. All right, so AI read and understood everything. Okay, standard CS4, 14 columns were made. As you can see, that push and hot review in separate tabs. So it skips silently if message is not visible. And you can see it ran 2 accounts. As you can see, we have score, we have the classification, the profile URL, the status of it, and how many accounts have what type of following, and their average likes per comment. Per post. This is super useful because we're going to assess based on the score And remember, guys, if the score is below 65, then it's going to be a manual. We're going to approve it manually. There's going to be a separate sheet that's going to have it, and we're going to approve manually whether it's worth it putting it onto this Google Sheet. And what's cool is that you guys see at the bottom the hot and the review. So if the score is below 65, it's going to go into the review section. All right. So that's how we improve the system basically. So now we discovered account and we want to be exported to the sheet. So now every time our profile on Instagram scrapes accounts, it's gonna go ahead through our Claude code system and it's gonna put things into our Google Sheet, man. This is super simple, guys. No longer we're gonna spend hours creating end-to-end workflows. Rather, we're just gonna prompt our Claude system. Now it's that simple, guys. So look, we're basically done. So summary plus land it in the Google Sheet. All right. Remember, guys, don't get the chat too full. Remember, guys, to save your notes, start a new Claude chat often, so that way you guys don't have to save. That way you guys save on credits, and also we reset the context. All right. So as you can see, there's a great score that's going on right now, and as you can see, we reached 95 context usage. So as you can see, our playwright is working right now. It's scraping profiles that we're gonna, and probably another 10 to 30 minutes just to watch the replay. So we got 8 more accounts to go. Mind you, this is only one Instagram profile. We can include so many other Instagram profiles that we can go ahead and scrape off of Instagram as well. This is super awesome because there's also a playwright timeout as well. So if you want to ensure that the playwright timeout doesn't work, just make sure you open a new chat with Claude and it will reset all those tokens. All right, so new chat with Claude. All right, guys, so now we're at the troubleshooting era. All right, so look, now we're going to be working on this troubleshooting thing. So as you can see that we reached 100% context, but now we're going to work. Remember, guys, if you get batches of 150 batches of scraped accounts, only 2 will qualify as a lead. All right, because only 2. So remember, guys, the more volume you have, the better, right? So this is why you need multiple Instagram accounts. So I noticed that the metrics were a little bit too aggressive for the niche. So if it's too aggressive, tell Claude to change up the niche. So the niche, instead of restaurants, will be dentist clinics. So that way the Claude will go over this niche and it will give you a more precise, more detailed. So all the leads run in this sheet and just update the sheet daily. Here's an example of Mehara restaurant. So this is just an example of our lead. Right after 150 scrapes, we've landed off. This like the best score. Right, what we have over here. Guys, run this scrape machine every day. It's gonna scrape through 400 different Instagram. Remember, 10% of the total of the best out of those 500 is 10% is what we're looking for. Leads wise, that might be 5 leads. So 1 to 2 accounts running in the background is a solid start, all right? Because these accounts are legit and they're straight to the point. Now, once you select your account, check the bio, make sure the bios analyze and like their content, and then message them and start outreach. This step can also be automated by doing outreach to them. But honestly, when you're starting off, it's best that you get practice and start outreaching yourself. You can go ahead and build an agent that scrapes those Instagram leads, judges, gathers information on them and gives them like tailored DM outreaches, but you guys can just do that as well. Now, guys, if you run into small problems, make sure you guys fix it by just talking to Claude about it. Remember, each step you fix is each step you getting closer to your goal. And so this is the final note. All right, so remember, take notes, self-analyze, and become better, because all the prompts are already provided to you. All you guys have to just click on the descriptions down below. And as you can see, we've used 100% context of our terminal. But remember, guys, try and save this information in your folders. So next time you're just going to bring up your folder in a new chat with Claude, and then Claude is going to read that old chat and use that old memory to go ahead and start prompting again. But this time it's going to go from 100 context use to 0. All right, so remember, start new chats, but remember to save them in your folders. It's super simple. All you have to do is just drag and drop your files. Just make sure your Claude work is in the folders that you guys want it to, so that way you guys become more productive and you guys start scraping. All right, so this process is done. Now if you want to build an outreach bot with Instagram, all you have to do is just join my community down below in the description. You can see below in the description of this video. Just join the community. You'll be able to build the outreach bot. that will go on these Google Sheets and start outreaching for you. All right, so this is perfect if you're in a 9 to 5 and don't have time to do outreach. Now, if you guys don't have time to do outreach or scrape leads, don't worry about it. Just join my community right below, and all you guys have to do is just set up these AI automations that will scrape leads and do outreach for you. If you want to do the outreach part, just join my community. I'll teach you exactly how you guys can use Claude Code to start building outreach systems that will go down your Google Sheets list and start outreaching to these Instagram accounts tailored to their niche and finding the problems that you guys can solve, which is by selling smart websites to local businesses. All right, that's exactly what I teach, but you guys can use my AI automation techniques for different services that you guys provide. But if you guys want to close local clients and to sell AI smart automations, just join my community and we're going to solve it with Claude AI.